Alright guys, we are now on part 2, or number 2 of multiplying decimals. It's this sheet right here. It's a note sheet, and so we're going over it step by step. We're now on number 2. So number 2 has, we're multiplying 2 decimals that are less than 1. So I want you to write that down. We are multiply 2 decimals that are here that are less than 1. So if you notice, this is not a whole number like we had up at the top. So up here we had 1 and then something else, something added to that 1. But here we only have a portion of a 1, a portion of a hundreds block. So here when we were dealing with a whole hundreds block and then we had extra on the side, that's because we had 1 or number greater than 1, a number that had 1 plus something else. So in this case, when we multiply 2 decimals that are less than 1, we're only using a portion, so we are only looking at 1/100ths block. Okay? So keep that in mind. So when you go to find the answer, it's going to look a little different and you might get a little thrown off. So I just want you to be aware of that. So first, I want you to think about this 0.40 or 0.4. I want you to think of it as 0.40 because it's 40, 4 tens. It's 40 blocks. That's what this number represents. So when we go to try to find this over here, I want you to think of as 0.4 or 4 tens as those 40 blocks that you're gonna find in here. The same thing with this 0.2. I want you to think of that as 0.20, 20. 0.20 blocks, 20 out of 100. Okay? Think of it like that. Now I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to use yellow and blue on this because I want you to notice something that's going to happen where things are going to change colors. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go find and block out 0.40, 40 blocks. So let's do that. I'm going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4. That right there is 40 blocks because we're going 10 across and 4 down. Now, it doesn't matter if I go across with 40 this way or if I do it downward. Whenever you start to do this on your own, it doesn't matter which way you do it because 0.40 times 0.20 is the same. It doesn't matter if you do it backwards or forwards. Okay? So we have, let's see, we've got, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 0.40. Now we're going to multiply that times 0.20. So 2 tens. So 10 and 10, that makes 20. 20 blocks. Okay, so now that I have 40 going across the top, actually it's going this way. So 0.40 this way times 0.20 going this way. Okay, I want you to think about this number. What part of this block do you think it's going to be? Is it this right here? Is it this right here? Is it this my answer, or is this my answer? Is the whole thing? Think about that for a second. Pause the video and think about what you think the answer is going to be. Okay, now that you've taken a second to think on your own, I want you to see this. Because it is a portion of a whole number, a portion, and we're multiplying it again by another portion of a whole number, it's going to shrink and it's going to be even smaller. So our answer here is whatever changed colors. Okay, that green right there is my answer. And if you're wondering why is that the answer, I want you to see it as a standard algorithm. If we multiplied 0.4 times 0.2, 4 times 2 is 8, right? Well, now that we'll multiply that. 4 times 2 gives me 8. Now, what do I do with this decimal? I got to move it over, right? Move it over 1. That's 1 hop. I move this over. That's 1 hop. We move everything to the side, the decimals, so that when we get down here, we can move it back over. So because I had 1 here and 1 here, that makes 2. We're going to move 2 hops down here. So start on the right side and move over. 1, 2. My answer is now 0.08. Now, this 0.08, if you notice, this 8 lands in the hundredths place. That means that that is 8 out of 100. Is this not 8 out of 100 blocks? So let that sink in. This 8 right here is 8 out of 100. And it's in the hundredths place. So it's, oops, I misspelled that. It's really important that you understand place value, where things are lined up, and what that means in terms of the block. Okay? So whenever you get your independent practice, it's going to look like this. Please refer to this number right here, number 2. Okay, it's whatever is inside is your answer. Okay, that's all I have for number 2. I'm going to do another video for number 3, so look for that.